Red sky and morning, shepherd's warning. It's supposed to rain around 9 o'clock this morning. It's about 6 o'clock now, so we got a little time to get some miles under us before it starts. Got camp all broken down. It's in my pack, tucked away, ready to go. Just about paraglided down the mountain though. My tent is like a sail in this wind. Morning friends, here's what we're up against. We have shelters about 12 miles from where we started, which is a little bit too little for me at this point, and one at 24, which is a little bit more than I'd like to do. However, because there is thunderstorms and rain moving in, it's going to cool off, and I do better when it's cool. The terrain has been much better than previously in Virginia. So those two factors make me think I've got a fighting chance. And then my pack, it really is down to like 17 and a half pounds. I have a couple pounds of food maybe and a little water for this stretch. So a lighter pack also helps in my favor. Assuming the poncho does its job, I should be able to just keep going. Hopefully sleep in the shelter. So we'll have a few risks and rewards. I just passed the first shelter, which was about 2.5 miles into our hike. I didn't want to go off trail to get water, so I'm gambling on this next little stream having enough to fill up. And that'll save additional distance. And then it looks like the water is much better today, about every 5 miles, so probably this 700 liter type thing will work. All right, hang in there. All right, friends, it's 8:20. And we've already made it to this stream, so I think we're almost halfway to that first shelter, if I read the sign right. And I just drank a lot of water, and I have about a liter with me. Apparently, I somehow missed the 900-mile marker on the trail just a little ways back. I was even kind of looking for it. How did I miss that? It's 9:15. It says we only have 3.5 miles to go. And still haven't gotten rained on. So maybe I'll get there and I can eat and all that before I get wet. Something I wanted to share is that by taking the risk and getting water at that stream, we saved about 0.8 of additional miles going off trail to get water. So that was a part of the thinking on that. All right, friends, the wind is really picking up. Look at those clouds. I think I might try to deploy that poncho before it rains, since it might take me a few minutes to figure out how this is gonna work. Woo, all right, here we go. All right, friends, it's on. And it's down below my pack. Can't believe I did it. Oh, if this works, this is going to be great. This thing's less than 4 ounces. And my other rain gear was 10 plus, I think. And I have these little sticky pads with little clip things on them. I think if I can figure out where to place those strategically on the underside of this poncho, it can tie it down so that back part doesn't fly up and over me, maybe. All right, we're going into the wind. Oh my gosh. Check it out. The clouds are kind of moving in here. Status report. 11 o'clock. We've made it 10.5 miles apparently to this shelter. And so that was 4.5 hours. And we had a couple of stops for water and putting this thing on, so 4 hours probably of moving time to cover 10.5 miles. I'm feeling pretty good about that. It looks like we have 12.5 miles to the next shelter. So if we complete that, that'll be a 23-mile day. We've got rain. Been a few thunders. Got the pack hanging up there, and so I'm going to eat, doctor my feet, try to fix the poncho so it works good in the wind, and I'm guessing head out there. Maybe worst of it'll blow over by the time I'm done with all this. Can you hear the thunder? We just had some lightning and a really loud thunder. Alright, that last one shook the ground, and if there was any glass it would have shattered. It was pretty amazing. So I don't think I'm going to go out right in the next 5 minutes. Okay, there's my head looking this way. This will be right underneath my waist on the front, and that is in the back. Each one has a little clip to go on to these. It's 1:45. Had a good break. I ate a lot. I drank a lot. Went to the privy twice. Got my poncho sort of figured out. The thunder and lightning's moved on, so I think it makes sense to go ahead and give it a try. And if it goes really terribly, I could always bail out at that 3.5 mile mark at the highway and go to town. Otherwise, it's only another 8 miles to the camp store where I can eat, and then I think it's just like another mile to the shelter. Look at that, isn't that cool? Mishaps, do it your own poncho. This cord was supposed to go back here and hold it in. It does work, it's keeping it from flipping up, but my line lock thing on there is just making it big and wonky up here in the front. So what I need to do is determine what's the exact length that I really need and just cut it to that, put it on that little clip. I think that'll solve some of that. For now, that's what we got to work with. There's the highway to town. Last chance to bail. This is Mishap 2023 AT Thru Hike team. We are just gonna hike through it, whatever it brings. Here we go. Ugh. Another 0.3 off-trail water source, so I'm going to keep going. Look. Yay. Rocks that go down steep. And look at that, we've got all kinds of weather going on. I just got passed by 2 hikers that don't even really bother with rain gear. They put a little cover on their pack and they just walk and get soaked. That may be me next.